On arrival at the University of Toledo in 2010, he quickly instituted a culture of discipline and accountability. That new culture propelled the Rockets to the second best turnaround in the country. The transformation of the Rockets program is now complete. Please welcome Coach Tod Kowalczyk.
First of all, let's make this clear. Dwayne Wade has been a great player without him. There's no doubt about that. I just want to take a moment just to thank Horatio for, number one, for inviting me to be here, but more importantly, for what you do for Detroit and these kids. You know, the programs that you put in place, the ACT, the SAT, you know, the leadership stuff is phenomenal, and that's a credit to you. Also want to thank two guys that have really helped me in Detroit get to know this area a little bit better. And the first is Juan Rickman at East English Village. He's been great to my staff and myself. And another really good friend is Cornell Man at Missouri. You know, he's the guy that kind of helped me navigate some waters in the state of Michigan, being from the state of Wisconsin. And I also want to take a chance to, or an opportunity just to congratulate Andy. You know, tremendous job this year. You know, we don't get a chance or opportunity to play for a national championship very often, or a state championship. So when you have that opportunity and chance to do it, that's unbelievable. I also want to make clear too, I don't know, you got these things in front of you, but you know, the picture they used on Kwanzaa is awful. Israel's is bad, but Mommy's the worst. Trust me, I'm not that bad of a person. I'm not. I've been asked today just to speak a little bit about what we as college coaches look for in high school recruits. And I think there's been a little bit of a change recently. We all go through cyclical fads, and one of the fads right now, you look at, I think there's two major things right now that you can see with the success of the Golden State Warriors with Villanova. And the first thing is having good guys and character guys that like each other. We've all coached teams that didn't get along, were selfish, and is usually a really good player that didn't, that was worried about his numbers, a parent that would push. Those types of teams, number one, they're not very fun to coach. And number two, you can win some games, but you're not going to win big. You look at what Michigan State this year won a Big Ten regular season championship, and you could tell that team was locked in together, and you could tell Tom Izzo had a ton of fun. All right, I've watched Kwanzaa's teams play at Tennessee and now obviously at Missouri. And I watched them play this year, and they had a tremendous year in his first year going NCAA tournament when nobody in the SEC expected that. You could tell he had fun because he had good guys and they had fun playing together. What John Beilein did this year, we scrimmaged them, and damn near beat them in a scrimmage. But they got better and better because of the character of their players and their truly unselfishness. And that's what we won a MAC West Division championship this year. Had 23 wins. I've been coaching for 30 years. This is the most fun I've ever had because of the character and unselfishness. So I think that's a big fad that people are looking for now, is high character people, much more so than talent or athleticism. They want good people from good families that come from winning cultures in high school. And another big fad is just skill level. I think that trumps athletic ability. You look at the teams that were successful. Villanova, there's no team that shot the ball or moved the ball better in the country than them. And then Loyola Chicago, representing us small-time, mid-major coaches. Porter Mosher did an unbelievable job. They had one true big guy and then a bunch of 6'5" skilled guys. So I think those two fads of developing character and having your guys being locked in, and I learned some valuable lessons in my 30 years, but you can't win with issues and problems. And if I had to do it all over again, in some of the seasons where we maybe weren't as good as we'd like to have been, it's because of that. And I wish I would have gotten rid of those guys a lot earlier and just play the guys that really bought in. So I think you can win bigger with them, even trumps the talent. We do, in our recruiting, we try to identify some certain things, but a lot of it is intangibles. I think the basketball stuff is pretty obvious to see. In the first conversation we need to know is obviously, is he going to make it academically? And we have a questionnaire that, and we try to teach our new staff members, we want to get through this entire questionnaire, but not in one conversation with a high school coach, an AAU coach, a parent, or a recruit, but over months. So I think there's one or two topics we may try to hit every time without them knowing what we're trying to do, but talking about the academic side and how important it is for graduation. Does a kid really want to graduate from college? And something I'm extremely proud of. I've been a head coach for 16 years. The national direct Division I graduation rate men's basketball is 62%. I'm embarrassed to tell you. That tells you statistically that 4 out of 10 college coaches could care less about their guys. I've been doing this for 16 years. I've never had someone not graduate. And why is that? Well, it's because who you recruit. If you recruit guys from families where they really value a college degree, it makes it a lot easier. But we do get in depth about that. Getting into other intangibles and talking with the high school coaches and AAU coaches. Is the kid coachable? Does he handle criticism well? Does he when if you run a lot of sets or motion, does he understand how to play? And what's his temperament for the game? And then probably the two biggest things that we really try to find, and I know the coaches up here would say the same thing. Does he really love the game and want to work at it? And secondly, is he tough? Because you never quite know till you get him, those things. But I think the more that you can instill those qualities and characters into your team, the better off your season's going to be, and certainly the more prepared they're going to be for our level. And then getting back into the character things, talking about the mom and dad, what they do for a living, are they together, and issues and problems that they may have at school are always important things for us. But I think just getting into when we're looking for is more so the intangible things. And then the last thing, and if I can give you any advice for a high school coaching program, is just spend, Andy talked about double your time, outside of the court. I couldn't agree more. But maybe decrease your time on the court to help your players. But the one thing you got to increase is just taking time to teach them the fundamentals of shooting, because that's what separates teams right now. And I think the two most important positions at the Division I level is you obviously have to have a really good point guard, and I think you have to have a four-man that can really shoot. I do not like to play with a four-man that can't shoot. I think it kills your spacing, and the more you can have skilled guys, the better your program is going to be, and certainly, moving them on to the next level. If we can ever help you at the University of Toledo, please, call us. I don't know if you have any pen and a paper, but my cell phone is 567-868-2035. That's 567-868-2035. If we can ever help your teams or to try to help your staffs grow, get better, come on down. We'd love to have you. Just in closing, there's two things I like to, end with. And in the first one, one thing that we all have different causes and things that are dear to us, whether it be, cancer research, whatever it is. But I think we always try to instill in our teams and our players unselfishness. And one thing we really have gotten involved with at Toledo is just donate life. And if you could help spread the word with your teams, that would be greatly appreciated. It's the most unselfish act you can do. And the last thing is, coaches, we all of us, even Andy, who won a national championship, chances are he's going to get fired someday. Sorry, Andy. Chances are we're all going to get fired. Chances are. Like Juan told me, it's going to happen. All of us. We're, unless you're at an elite level like Tom Izzo, who can ride it from the sunset. God bless him. But, we're all. And one thing I'd like to make sure for myself or young coaches, when that does happen, let's get fired for losing. There's too many issues and problems going on with our industry. If you get fired for losing, you can put your head in the pillow and feel great about yourself and about your future. There's too many other issues and problems that affect our game. Let's stay away from those. All right. I appreciate the opportunity, Horatio, and if we could help in any way, we'd love to have you. I'm assuming there's no questions about character and issue. He gave me a boring topic and a bad picture, but any questions at all? I didn't think so. I do want to apologize. This is a big recruiting time for us. I have a kid from London on campus, and if he wasn't 6'10", I'd stay here longer, but I got to get back and have dinner with him tonight, so go Rockets.